Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on PIB monthly compilation and I'll be discussing PIB for the month of May. PIB is something which is very important for your examination, either it is prelims or mains, it contributes to the both section. If you precisely talk about the current affair question that is being asked in either prelims or mains is directly related to the PIB, right? So PIB session is very important for you. Now, how we'll be moving in this session? I have segregated the content according to the general studies requirement. First, we'll look into the news that is relevant for general studies paper 2, followed by general studies paper 3, some brief news that is important for the prelims, bilateral agreement and summit that took place in the month of May, and some military exercises that were news for the month of May. So this is how we'll be moving for this entire session. If you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful for your examination, do not forget to press a like button. So starting this session with General Studies Paper 2, some of the all relevant news for the month of May. Again, that is going to be important both for the prelims as well as for the mains examination. The first is second India Nordic Summit. Recently, the Prime Minister of India has participated in the second India Nordic Summit along with the Prime Minister of Denmark. You can see Denmark country here. And for all the country, the features are there at the below. So you can take the screenshot and even you can know which among the following countries are Nordic country, because this can be very important question for the prelims, and what are the significant features that are highlighted by the images over here. Apart from Denmark, the other member country include Iceland. You can see Iceland over here. The other country is Norway. Norway is highlighted here. Sweden. Sweden is a country which has a major brand like IKEA, Spotify, Skype, major companies. And the last is Finland, right? So Finland is a country. So total 5 country comprises of a Nordic country. A very important question for your examination. Now about the summit, what actually took place? The summit provided an opportunity to review the progress of India-Nordic relations since the first Nordic Summit, which was held in 2018 in Stockholm. So this place again important in many examination. The question used to be there for the previous year venues also, right? So आपको पुराने भी venues पता होने चाहिए. The summit focused discussion on various areas. Some of the areas include multi-cooperations in post-pandemic economic recovery, climate change, sustainable development, innovation and digitalization, and green and clean energy or growth. So this is how the entire discussion of the summit focuses upon. Now principal focus की अगर बात करें, कुछ important areas थे, 4 important इस areas थे जिनको highlight किया गया. Blue economy and its various facets, especially India's Sagarmala project, which is aligned towards benefiting many other countries also. Renewable energy, in particular cooperative possibilities of hydroelectric and green hydrogen technology and investment ties. Third, cooperation related to joint research in vaccines and development of health infrastructure. And last but not the least, that is cooperation in building and restoring the water bodies. Now, India's Arctic mission, that is again important. This is a part of this particular news only. So what is India's Arctic mission? There are 5 priorities upon which India has set. The first is to enhance India's cooperation with the Arctic region. Second is to harmonize polar research with third, that is the Himalayas, to contribute efforts to enhance understanding the mankind of the Arctic. And the fourth is to strengthen the international cooperation in combating and protecting the climate change and the environment. And last, that is to understand an advanced study that is standing in the Arctic within India. So these are some of the 5 priorities of India in the Arctic mission. Now the other news, that is PLASTINDIA 2023. So the Union Minister for Chemical and Fertilizer has recently launched PLASTINDIA 2023. And this exhibition, or you can say the session, referred to a series of exhibitions under the PLASTINDIA Foundation. And the exhibition provided an opportunity for employment generation, first and foremost criteria, or you can say the outcome, that facilitate the growth of Indian plastic industries and make hub for sourcing plastic for the global needs, right? PLASTINDIA की अगर बात करें, this showcase that India is a global hub for sourcing the processed item related to plastics, raw material, machinery products using in all segments of human life, right? नाउ इंडिया केमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज़ की अगर बात करें किस तरह की इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं, क्या रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ है. सो इंडिया केमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैज़ बिकम अ प्लेयर इन अर्नर फॉर फॉरेन एक्सचेंज फॉर द नेशन, जहाँ पे मेक इन इंडिया मेक इन वर्ल्ड अप्रोच के साथ इंडिया काम करी. और इंडिया की जो पेट्रोकेमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं, दे हैव बीन वन ऑफ द फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग इंडस्ट्रीज इन द इंडियन इकोनॉमी विथ हाई डिमांड ग्रोथ. So demand is also higher and even the growth is very significant. India is projected to contribute more than 10% of an incremental global growth in the petroleum over the decades. Export in India chemical have registered a growth of 106% and this is further expected to increase. ये variations दी गई है from 2013-14 to 2011-22, 2021 to 2022. ये variation है जहाँ पे 106% तक की growth देखी गई. Now, the Indian government is supporting the plastic industries by developing common infrastructure for all major industries. Now, India's chemical sector, अगर एक overview की बात करें, 6th largest producer of chemical, factually an important statement for prelims. And market cover more than 70,000 commercial product. अगर total value की बात करें, that is 300 billion US dollars. That is going to be doubled by 2025. This is in anticipations for year 2025. CAGR की बात करेगा, basically for 2017 and 18 it was 28.38 and for 18-19 it was 19.03. So it's a total export for the chemicals. Now, what is the significance of this exhibitions? The exhibition of Plus India 2023 is important because it will attract international plastic players, different countries, and even it will provide a platform जहाँ पे learn or exchange ideas of technology would be there for the Indian citizen, Indian entrepreneurs, or people associated with India. Petrochemical industries should develop a strategy to reduce high carbon footprint, ocean pollutions, जहाँ पे फोकस ये होनी चाहिए कि किस तरह से ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट किया जाए. इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी टारगेट सेट की है नेट जीरो एमिशन बाय 2070 एंड इवन द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज कम अप विद द विजन ऑफ पंच अमृत ड्यूरिंग कोप 26 मीटिंग, राइट. तो जो कोप 26 के लिए जो टारगेट है, अभी जो कोप 26 की मीटिंग हुई है, जस्ट टू गिव यू अ आइडिया अबाउट द कोप 26 विच वॉज हेल्ड इन ग्लासगो, राइट. सो द ग्लासगो में जो मीटिंग हुई है उसमें ऑलरेडी कुछ टारगेट सेट किए गए हैं और दिस पंचामृत is again which is very very important for your mains examination. So what are the targets that had been set? First is to achieve net zero emission by 2070, reducing total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion ton starting from 2030, increase renewable energy components by 50% of our total energy requirement, reducing carbon intensity by 45% by 2030, and increasing the non-fossil capacity to reach 500 gigawatts again by 2030. So it's very simple. Only one target is set for 2070. बाकी जितने भी targets हैं वो इंडिया ने 2030 के लिए set किए. So if you even forget that year, it is very easy. It's not that tough that you will not able to learn. It's very easy. But आपको ये ध्यान रखने की कौन कौन से कितने targets हैं, कहाँ पे 50% है, 45% है और एक last 500 gigawatts. Now BHARAT TAP initiative, again something important. Recently, the Union Minister for Housing Urban Affairs have launched BHARAT TAP initiative in the PLUMBEX exhibitions. What is BHARAT TAP initiative? BHARAT TAP initiative aims to provide low-flow sanitary ware at scale and thereby reduce the water consumption sources considerably. The initiative will be accepted quickly by the country and will lead to the renewed focus on the water conservation. A concept to have use of low-flow taps at fixture. और ये estimate की जा रही है that 40% of the water would be safe and this will in turn result in water saving, energy saving due to the less water energy consumption by pumping, storing, transporting and purifications. Toilet coverage in India, if you look into the data, India went into 38% of toilet coverage to 100% of the toilet coverage in the rural areas by building 73.32 lakh household community toilet in the urban areas. So this was a target that has been achieved. Under the Swachh Bharat mission, become a Jan Andolan that was inspired country towards safe and proper sanitations. Now, looking to the tap connections, अगर बात करें रूरल इंडिया में किस किस सिटीज़ में कैसी कनेक्शंस हैं, असम, वेस्ट बंगाल विलेज हैव low rural household tap water connection. If you look into the other states, Ladakh 7.1%, 7.8%, UP 10.7%, Assam 8.3%, West Bengal 8.6, Jharkhand 12.2, and overall India has 37.3%. Now, basic needs states with 100% tapped water की अगर बात करें, so these are the states. Andhra Pradesh has fully 100% tapped water, followed by Goa, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana, and Punjab. And state with least coverage of tapped water include Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and Jharkhand. Mission Amrit Sarovar. This is again important for the conservation of the river. So recently the Prime Minister launched a new mission on Amrit Sarovar, that is with a view to conserve the water for future. And the mission has been launched with a whole government approach with 6 ministries involved, that is Rural Development, Department of Land Resources, Department of Drinking Water Sanitation, Department of Water Resources, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Ministry of Forest, Environment and Climate Change. Aim क्या है इस मिशन की? First, it aims to develop and regenerate 75 water bodies in each district in our country as a part of the celebration of Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. In total, they will lead to the creation of 50,000 water bodies with a size amount of an acre or more. And the mission would encourage a mobilization of citizens where non-government resources for supplementing this effort will also take place. Targets that is set under this mission. First, it called for that a completion that 50 August by 2023 and around 50,000 of such Amrit Sarovar would be constructed in our country. And each of this Amrit Sarovar will have approximately an area of 1 acre water holding capacity and up to or of 10,000 cubic meters. So this is the target that has been set. Now some news that is relevant for General Studies paper 3. Among them, the first is amendment to the national policy on biofuel. This is something very important. I have discussed this news in our daily news and editorial analysis as well. If you are a regular viewer of our channel, you must be aware of this news. The center has recently approved amendment to the national biofuel policy to advance the day by fuel companies to increase the percentage of ethanol in petrol to 20%. और ये टाइम को एडवांस की गई है. Earlier the time was set for 2030. Now the time is 2025. So just to give a brief idea, गवर्नमेंट ने कहा था जो 20% की इथेनॉल ब्लेंडिंग होनी है पेट्रोलियम में, उसके लिए टारगेट थी 2030. नाउ द न्यू टारगेट इज सेट बाय 2025. तो 5 ईयर एडवांस कर दी गई है. द पॉलिसी इंट्रोड्यूस 20% ऑफ इथेनॉल इन पेट्रोलियम दैट विल टेक इफेक्ट फ्रॉम 1 अप्रैल 2023. नाउ और क्या क्या अमेंडमेंट किए गए हैं? एडवांसमेंट ऑफ द टारगेट दैट 20% ऑफ ब्लेंडिंग दैट इज बाय 2025. Promotion of production of biofuel in the country under Make in India program that is located in the special economic zone or export oriented units, granting permission for export and biofuel in specific cases. Now, what is the merit of this decision? Does the government decision is on merit basis? Because ये ऐसी डिसीजन है जिसको नीति आयोग ने भी बैक किया है. नीति आयोग के रिपोर्ट्स ने कहा है कि इसके इमेंस बेनिफिट होंगे अगर कंट्रीज 20% ऑफ इथेनॉल ब्लेंडिंग करती है बाय 2025. And even the government would save around 30,000 crore rupees on the foreign exchequer. So if you're writing in mains paper specifically, you can highlight this point. कुछ और मेजर बेनिफिट्स की बात करें, increased energy security, lowered carbon emissions, better air quality, self-reliance in India, better uses of damaged food grains, or increased farm income and investment opportunity are some of the merits of this decision. Now, ethanol blending की क्या status है इंडिया में? Although India have achieved 10%. Recently, India ने 10% achieve की है. And the center first announced that it plans to advance 20% of the blending target by 2020. तो इंडिया ने already 10% अभी recently अभी achieve की है. 20% हमें और achieve करनी है, which would be helping the government of India in even to save a lot of money. गति शक्ति संचार portal. Minister of Communications, Electronic and IT has launched Gati Sanchar portal for centralized right of way approvals. What is this portal? The Gati Shakti Sanchar portal will centralize and speed up the approval by laying the fiber and tower installation, boosting upcoming 5G rollout. ये portal है, facilitate करेगी centralized right of way and approvals. An online platform for the industries to apply right of जहाँ पे खास करके approval ली जाएगी to build telecom infrastructure including 5G services. The portal offer unified, integrated, centralized approach covering all state and centralized government ministries. The portal will enable applicants from various telecom companies, and also the infrastructure provider will apply a right-of-way permission to lay down the optical fiber cables. Significance of this initiative: this will definitely help to roll out 5G network in our country. Integration of various infrastructure portal will help to right way applications with a span of 20 to 22 days. तो जो duration है वो कम हो जाएगी काफ़ी. The portal will act as an enable for ease of doing business in telecommunication infrastructure work, and the portal is expected to flip the National Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, a movement that aims to transform countries' digitally empowered society into knowledge economy. JITO Connect 2022. Recently, the Prime Minister has addressed the inaugural session of JAN International Trade Organization JITO via video conferencing. Now, the JAN International Trade Organization is a global organization connecting JAN worldwide, and JITO Connection is an endeavor to help business and industries by providing an avenues of mutual networking and personal interactions. What are the objective of this? First is to create a central managed institution with the value-based education, growth by mutual cooperation, avoidance of criticism and opposing एकता से सफलता, creating a platform for entrepreneur to create a right business contract, promote governance and politics on the value-based people. Basically, आप एग्जाम में लिख रहे हैं, आप ये सारे पॉइंट्स को हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं. नॉट ऑल द पॉइंट्स, इवन इफ यू राइट 5 points that would be sufficient, right? To encourage fellow brethren positively participate in contributing the political, bureaucratic and legal framework, channelize unit systematic efforts, जहाँ भी ये क्रिएट की जाएगी कि जो ब्राइट फीचर्स हैं, जो ब्राइट यूथ है, उनको मौका दिया जाए, and provide a platform for young entrepreneur to interact and gain the purpose knowledge for experience as well as established business leaders. Now, some news that you must know in brief, and again important for the prelims examination. So what I'll be discussing, that would be brief in nature. National Data and Analytics Platform, Niti Aayog has recently launched this, and the platform aims to democratize access to public government data by making data accessible, interoperable, interactive and available on the user-friendly platform. It hosts fundamental data of various government agencies present with them coherence, provided tool for analytics and visualizations. Now, NDAP follows a use of case-based approach to ensure that data hosted by the platform and tailored need to have a user data government, academic, journalists, civil society and private sector can even utilize it. National Open Access Registry. Recently, the National Open Registry has successfully gone live from 1st of May 2022. और ये part है as a part of National Ministry of Power, Government of India, as an initiative to regulate framework that was notified by the CERC, right? जहाँ पे operationalization की गई है Open Access Interstate Transmission Scheme. It has been designated as an integrated single window electronic platform accessible to all stakeholders, जहाँ पे open access participants होंगे, traders, power exchange, national regions, and even center electronic processing, short-term access applications, automations, administration, and even short-term open access to the interstate transmission system would be there. Bharat Drone Mahotsav, which was recently inaugurated by the Prime Minister himself, and this drone initiative is a 2-day event which was organized on 27th and 28th of May. More than 70 exhibitors have displayed the use of drones, and this also forecasted the importance of the drone in our industries, for defense and many other sectors. Mahotsav will also witness a virtual award drone pilot certifications, product launch, panel discussions, flying demonstration, display made in India drone taxi prototype, and other things. So some of the advantages of the drone applications include aerial photography, shipping and delivery, which is still not started in India, geomorphic mapping, which is there, disaster management में काफ़ी ज़्यादा help हो सकती है, precision agriculture, research and reuse, weather forecast, wildlife monitoring, law enforcement, and entertainment. So these are some of the possible applications of the drone. Param Anta supercomputer. This was recently, there was with IIT Gandhinagar, which has availed the India's latest supercomputer. Now, something that you must know, that is a joint initiative of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and Department of Science. It's a high-power supercomputer with 838 lakh calculation per second and indigenously developed and manufactured assembled in India. Other advantages of this computer, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science, bio engineering for genome sequencing and DNA studies, climate change और environment studies में भी इसकी मदद मिलेगी, fire dynamics instrumentations के बारे में, and even nanotechnology and robotics. Now, some bilateral agreements and summits. So the first is UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership, historic partnership हुई है between India and UAE recently, and the free trade agreement of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership is expected to focus on the virtual summit between the Prime Minister of India and Crown of Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. The agreement will provide both leaders an opportunity to discuss the bilateral cooperations, जहाँ पे regional और international issues जो mutual interest के हैं दोनों countries पे उन पे discussion हुई. The UAE was expected to revert the pre-pandemic level और यहाँ पे 60 billion की target set की गई है for this financial. Now moving ahead, that is India-Japan ICT Comprehensive Cooperation Framework. It's the seventh India Information and Communication Framework that has been held virtually under India-Japan ICT Comprehensive Cooperation Framework. The meeting deliberately had the practice on experiencing the open RAN, massive MIMO, quantum communications, connected cars, 5G uses, and 6G innovations. Now, the seventh, that is JWG, Joint Working Group, agreed to enhance the cooperation of the framework under the Memorandum of Cooperation between India and Japan. So, this would also help India to get the technological advancement and communications advancements. Now, some military exercises that were news. Exercise Ek St. Patrick's X. It's a joint military exercise between India and Bangladesh, recently held in Jilson military station at Bangladesh. And it is an important bilateral exercise which endeavors to conduct alternatively in the countries that aims to strengthen and widen the aspects of interoperability, cooperations between the both country enemies. कुछ फीचर्स की अगर बात करें इस एक्सरसाइज की और एम की बात करें, this aim to strengthen the interoperability between the two armies, and even during the exercise the armies of both nations has expertise in multiple stipulating scenario, counterterrorism, humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and UN peacekeeping force, and even the US mandate. So जो UN की mandates हैं उनको पूरे करने के लिए उसके procedures and even जो conditions हैं, जो benchmarks सेट हैं, उनको achieve की गई. Exercise Khaan Quest 2022, multi peacekeeping exercise Khaan Quest 2022, featuring participants from military contingent, that is 16 countries, has commenced in Mongolia. Indian Army ने represent किया अपने contingent Ladakh Scouts को. This is important, which was the military entity that has been part of this. तो आपको correct answer में बताना है Ladakh Scouts. The exercise has enabled sharing the best practices between armed forces participating nations that will include free training, combat discussion, literature, and demonstrations. Now, what is the aim of this exercise? First is to enhance the interoperability, building military and military relations, develop peace support operations, military readiness among the participant nations, military exercise that will enhance the level of cooperations between Indian Army, participating countries, especially within the Mongolian Armed Force, which will enhance bilateral relationship between the two countries. So this is how it will move ahead. And these two important exercises would again be important for the prelims examination. So this was all about for the PIB compilation for this month. We have a lot more other initiatives for you like daily news and editorial analysis, which I covered from two important newspaper, Hindu and Indian Express. IAS Gazette की magazine आप हमारे website से download कर सकते हैं. Even what I have discussed in this PIB session, you can download it from our websites also. It is available in the IAS Gyan website. और ये सारे initiatives हैं जो आपको इस journey में मदद करेंगे for the preparations. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.